Hello, my friends. Jacob is here one more time, and I'm glad that you're here too because we need to talk. We need to talk. There is a lot going on right now that this is probably gonna maybe make you a little more stressed about the things that are going on in the world right now. As we know that Russia has now signed and annexed the 4 areas at that Donbass region, and it's a done deal. It's part of Russia. It was a big to-do, and at the end, you know, the leaders of these areas, they all got together, they held hands, and the crowd and everybody cheered, and they were chanting the name of the mother country. Vladimirs' speech was, quite pointed. It said basically, everything needs to stop now. No more messing around with those areas. If there is any more nonsense going on in these areas, then we will use the full force of, yes, that's right, everything. Everything that we got, we'll throw at you. It's stressful. This is stressful, right? Because this is... I mean, look, if you've been on the channel long enough, you know that I've said that it was going to get like this, right? It's stressful. Even I'm like, I'm even losing some sleep over this, even though I know God's in charge and I know things are going to work out, but it's a stressful time. So I wanted to let you know it's about to get even more stressful. Aren't you happy that you pressed play? This is stuff that you need to know because, look, it's time to get your house in order, right? We can pray, we can do what we want, but you got to get your house in order. You got to make sure that you're all good, you know? So after the bluster of, this signing event went down, of course, over there in the, hey, look, it's a bird, it's a crane, hey, you. Right? And he did a signing event too. This one wasn't quite the spectacle. It wasn't quite as grand. It was basically him and 2 other guys that are very out of shape signing their, speedy process to become part of NATO.
Визначальний крок, підписуючи заявку України на вступ у пришвидшеному порядку в НАТО.
That's something that was like a red line that the president said. Putin said, no, you're not going to ever become part of NATO. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen because they can't have that right at their doorstep, right? You can imagine how stressful it was back in the day when we had the crisis going on in Cuba. Which wasn't that long ago, not 60 years ago. There's that number again. Time of mourning, the anniversary of Cuba, which was 60 years ago. So he did his signing event, and of course now it goes to them. And supposedly NATO is about to make a big announcement, I guess later today. This is really not good news. this is really not good news. This is not great news. Because this is something that it's like we should be seeing the leaders of this world working together to make things better. They're doing everything they can to make things worse. Now, I was going to come on here and I was going to talk to you about the lines of communication being broken. Why? Well, because I get a lot of people sending me stuff, and I have people that DM me or email me, and people that say that they're in the know. And one of the things that I've been getting a lot of is that all internet communication is going to go, it's going to be totally different. It's not going to be the way we thought it would be. And maybe that's the reason why Elon Musk has all the Starlinks up there, so that, because we got to rely on satellite. I don't know. When people tell me that they're in the know and they have this and that, I take it with a grain of salt. But in the background, I've been looking and seeking and seeing, is this an issue? Because, all those lines. Is this an issue? Because, of course, after what just happened with Nord Stream, the underground bombing, you think, they've been talking about cutting off the communication for a long time, especially if there's something like WW3 going on, right? The communication can't be a thing that they want you to have. The lines of communication, are they going to be broken? I don't know. Somebody's been, warning me about that, and I take it to heart. But of course, today I do a little research, and yeah, it's now in all the magazines. They're all saying, will Russia now attack the undersea internet cables, which everything runs through? We haven't had an issue like this. We haven't had an issue like this before, and but it's something that's it's concerning. What's concerning to me though is not so much that, hey, maybe tomorrow we don't got Netflix, we don't got YouTube, right? You're gonna miss my, that would stink. I wouldn't be able to do this anymore. But hopefully everything that we've talked about here, you take on and you can go and encourage other people with. Put your faith in God. Put your faith in more. Understand that we don't have control over a lot of stuff. I've been joking around on Twitter saying I can't wait till today's over. Today's the September 30th. I can't wait till we get to October. But then of course I got one of those @Jacobs from friend on Twitter, and they're like, hey, the hunt for Red October. I'm like, oh, great. So now I gotta stress out about October. The whole time, no. What we got to do is we got to put our faith in more. What we got to do, we got to stop trusting in our own efforts and our own works, and we got to go and we got to do more. We got to do more. Everything that I've been telling you on this channel, it just kind of get you ready for what's to come. Because when it comes, you're gonna remember that I told you God's got you. No matter how scary it looks, God's got you, especially if your heart is right. So get your heart right. That's the most important thing today. And keep your eyes peeled for what happens next. Do some praying, will you? Pray. Pray that these leaders can come together, and instead of escalating things, which is what it sounds like they're doing, because they're blaming Russia for Nord Stream, Nord Stream's blaming them for Nord Stream. That's the pipeline. I just did that show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But all this stuff, it needs to come to a close. It needs to come to a close. All right? So, there you have it. Stressful times, right? Stressful times. But the line of communication that we should be worried about is the line of communication with God, with each other. Not thinking the worst, not jumping to the lowest common denominator, not hating people, but forgiving, loving, communicating, expressing ourselves in a better way. Instead of, just thinking the worst about somebody, perhaps, tell that person how you're feeling. Instead of thinking the worst all the time, right? You take those thoughts captive and you go to God with it and try to see a new way, try to see a new day. That's what I'm doing. I'm actively trying to see a new day. So I want you all to try to see a new day too. Pray for the world. Pray for those that are affected by the storm. Pray for what's going on right now all over the world, because it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here, and something needs to come to an end. But don't let it be the lines of communication with God and with each other. Okay? I love each and every one of you. Please do subscribe, share, give this video a like, tell your friends, and go to the description of the video if you want to get yourself any of the merch. Well, you still can do things with the internet if it goes down. Oh, good grief. I love each and every one of you. I hope that this didn't stress you out. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Jacob Israel. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and share this channel around. If these shows have helped you, help Jacob to reach more any way you can, and have the best day ever.
Click it.